Welcome back to another episode of Drive-By Politics. Today we have BESE board member Chas Roemer. I'm sitting here reading about Chas in the paper this morning and decided we might want to have a little interview with him. He's got some, sounds like revolutionary action he wants to play at the Department of Education. Chas, you want to tell us about it?
Well, sure. I mean, let's get a couple facts out on the table that I think people need to understand. Number one, we spend over $8 billion in this state in public education K-12. Now that's federal, state, and local dollars. At the state level, we spend $5 billion. We have over 300,000 students in this state who are below grade level. If you look at any of the rankings in the nation, we're 49th or 50th in almost any category of any relevance. And yet, as a BESE board member, I have to constantly listen to excuses, and I constantly hear the same speeches from the unions and the status quo, and that speech is simple: give us more time and give us more money. That's what they always ask for. Well, I say nonsense. You've had enough time and you've been given more than enough money. So that's point number one. Point number two is we've got the Streamline Commission going on in this state. Now, I would say this is our 10th attempt at a streamlining commission in this state. And we keep picking at the edges, making marginal changes, acting as if it's going to make a significant difference in how we do business in our state. We close the Department of Education and we restructure it before we reopen it completely. Number two, we restructure the BESE board and how we act and what we're responsible for. And number three, we take a serious look at how we fund education in this state and make sure there's accountability with every dollar.
Accountability with every dollar? That wouldn't be the Louisiana government, would it?
Well, right now we send money out and continue to send money out every year. In fact, what we do as a BESE board is we take last year's budget and we automatically add 2.75% to it, regardless of the outcomes. And all we do is we send that money out to the districts and we don't hold them accountable for any results. And I think it's time for that to change. And we're going to start off by being accountable for our own house in the Department of Education and at BESE.
So how do you plan on doing this?
Well, I'm going to try. The problem with my theory is, one, do people have the political courage to do it? I'm going to give them that chance. The second problem is I can't do it alone on BESE. I'm a single BESE member, and even if I wanted to do all these things, I couldn't do it. Secondly, even if I could convince the other BESE members that we should do it, I couldn't get it done. So here's how we get it done. We get the Streamlining Commission to agree with us and make sure they make recommendations to the governor for changes in education that are appropriate. We're making some of those changes. I'll meet with them again on Monday and we'll try to see if we can't get this further down the road. Number two, we have to have the legislature support us as we do this, because to close the department and restructuring, we're going to run right into the head of the status quo. We're going to run face to face with those that don't want anything to change in this state. And it's going to take their courage to make sure we get it done.
Well, we wish you luck, Mr. Roemer. Hopefully you'll make some kind of progress, because I haven't seen any in the past 10 to 20 years.
I'm going to give people a chance. Here's what I'm going to do, Pat. We're going to give people a chance to make a vote. And we're going to find out where they stand. Do they stand for change? Do they stand to improving the way we do business in our state? Or are they for more of the same? That's what we're going to find out.
Should be very interesting Monday. Thanks for being with us, Chas.
Thank you, Pat.